Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about the book called the Civil War. It's basically a comic book about Marvel characters. But I know there's like different version of it, but this is like a really good interesting book. I feel like it could relate to reality of the world. So it just talks about being superheroes, about their identity, and like their identity is being jeopardized because you know, superheroes play as like a villain or, for example, like a doppelganger. A doppelganger, it's someone that has similar stories, but they may not look alike. Um, they might be twins. They might have similar like personality story of the line. But anyway, let's talk about Civil War. So the message about superheroes about the enemy that can ruin other superheroes' opportunity to be a better person and save life. You can see both sides were fighting each other. The problem was trust and lack of its honesty. Building a team with effort, solving a case, and working as a team is a problem in this comic. How the community and president viewed them as Congress perceptions. Many lives were sacrificed to be hurt and blamed for the punishment as a superhero. You can see both Captain America and Iron Man teams were supporting opposite sides. So Iron Man was trying to do the right thing for his people and fighting for his rights as superhero. He was trying to get superheroes to register for the identity. Why? Because they want to register people's superhero identity because they want to prove that you're innocent. And without identity, how can that define like, oh, you're a good or bad person as a villain? And then Captain America, his side is trying to say like, oh, if you registration with your identity, there's no freedom and like, there's no privacy because of like, they could look up your information online and stuff. For example, superheroes, that's what they do. It's about saving lives. So yeah, this is like a good book argument. If you guys read it, it's called Civil War. It's page 1. There's like 196 pages total. So I do recommend reading it. It's really interesting. I was taking this class and I fell in love with this book. It kind of changes the perception of the world and how it can relate in society, especially. So yeah, you can see both Captain America and Iron Man teams were supporting opposite sides, of course, definitely. Captain America disagreed with Tony Stark, what he had to say. His view of the problem: the state is in danger and our heroes are in risk. Tony Stark wanted all the superheroes to register the identity for the government. Captain America is saying that there's no freedom, there's no privacy if you register with identity. The message about the identity and who to be blamed for bombing the children, killing them in the community of the world of people. So public people perceive superheroes as a victim because when they are shocked and they see you do something wrong, they're against you. It leads to danger they are taking. Once the superheroes were fighting each other, Captain America realized like he lost because in the end he realized he was wrong and he was arrested in handcuffs. So this plays about who's innocent in the game they play is no fun because it puts you as a victim if you're working on the team to blame for it. It also portrays that men and women were sent to war too. Iron Man was trying to make sense to Captain America by fighting him a few times until the sense in his head he understand what's caused the problem. It can be viewed as how war affects people and stereotype the world and history of it. The goal was to find the evil villain who killed the children and bombed them. So let me break down to the first book of what happened. Basically, there's this character called Nitro, right? So what happened was Nitro was bombing and killing all these children in the community. So then Congress, there's this lady, she was against like saying like, oh, who killed my son and bomb. They don't know who's innocent superhero. So you see both sides because it's an argument because of both sides because there's right and wrong answers how you think. Some people think that it's good to register identity, but some people say that it's bad to register identity. So there's both sides, and it's kind of like broad argument because like Captain America and Iron Man side, they are opposite side. So it's kind of hard to say, and I would like to hear what you guys think in this question especially. But yeah, would you support the superhero registration? Why or why not? For me, I would support it because I feel like superheroes need to do this to feel protected. At the same time, I feel it's bad because there's no privacy. Maybe the law might push superheroes to do that. To me, I feel like it's good because it reveals your true color, personality, behavior, attitude. Any superhero can commit a crime even with registration, but you still do bad things. I would say yes because it's safer that way. The Congress can capture the one are innocent, but betrays a team member of a hero side. So that could happen too. And it leads to a problem because I noticed in the book there were Fantastic Four was involved in it and the Shield. So there's many superheroes involved. And it's kind of confusing when you read the book because there's a breakdown between the sides. And the problem with the sides is like, who do you go to? And then there's comes Spider-Man in the middle of the chapter when you read it, right? The Civil War. Um, Spider-Man was trying to do the right thing, like he took out his superhero mask, to prove that I'm an innocent person, Super like Spider-Man's trying to say like, he's trying to say like, oh, if you do like take out your face mask, off, like it proves that you're innocent and you're a good person. But then Spider-Man, at the end of the chapter, he gets hurt, and then he goes to the bad side of Captain America, which Captain America's disagree with identity registration, But yeah, this book can be really confusing. Once you understand reading it, the material, you understand like, oh, like suddenly this happened. But people, I don't know, it's hard to challenge this book because people think differently, about Civil War books. So it's a really good book, yeah. What else can I say? So regarding the end of the story, what are your feelings on the war coming to an end? Does the conclusion satisfy you as a reader? To a lot of people would say it did not satisfy them, but for me, I said it satisfies me in the ending of the book because Iron Man wins, Captain America gets arrested, in the end. It just satisfies me as a reader because I know that Iron Man's a great person. The reason how I think Iron Man's a good person, because based on the movies that I watch, it gives me a symbol. It gives me like a point of view, like what is Iron Man characters and his personality is like. So if you were in his shoes and you identify like as him as a human being, like he goes through like like Iron Man when you watch the movie, right? He talks about like he goes through the depression, anxiety, planning all these battles and fights. And like imagine like in your own shoes, like solving this case, and like on your own, it's like damn, it's a lot of work because you go through a lot of emotions and you're just like, I need to save the world because these humans are in danger, So it's trying to symbolize that, the meaning of it, yeah. But I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the protagonist, I think that, for example, Spider-Man wants to do good things and help citizens, but he knows his identity, however, he is a good guy, but then he switches to Captain America's side. So it portrays him as a betrayer because Spider-Man is a betrayer because he gets hurt and then he's like undone, I'm gonna move to the next other side of the evil villains, so yeah. Think of the Venom movie, like Spider-Man, there's both sides of him. That's an example of a doppelganger because you see the Venom and you see Spider-Man side, which is the red and blue, like that kind of symbolize the American flag. But Venom, he wears a black suit, so it means he's an evil villain. So they have like similar storyline, but there's good and bad between both of them because Venom, like the movie, he's trying to do good things too and save lives, but he does crazy stuff, he's too much. And Spider-Man is trying to do the right thing, save lives of human, So yeah. So the antagonist is like Captain America is a good person, but he's a bad person because he's against the Congress and privacy, that there's no freedom. If you register yourself as a hero identity, he's against it. So he thinks it's not good to do that. There's no freedom or privacy to your own life. So that's what Captain America thinks in his role. So yeah. But I hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you.